Mic check 1 2 1 2. We on? Alright. Oh, these carrots are divine. You get a dozen for a dime. It's magic. Boy, is it magic too. Sheesh. Dance-a-thon. What's going on, y'all? Come on here. Let's talk about it. Haitian Jack told me, he said, whenever you see them pictures of me and I got the red bandana hanging on my around my neck, I was on one that night. Whenever y'all see me bring my pill out, you know it's a main event. The pill is out. And I got notes. What up? What you think about Charleston White? Same old questions, over and over and over. It ain't his turn. It ain't his turn. Make sure I get the proper ball players in here. I don't think a college coach has ever done 60 minutes, more or less a HBCU. Great interview. Did you watch it? Jackson State stand up. Emphatically. Oh, it's prime time. Y'all not had to come correct. It's prime time. All right. He said, I watched it in real time. Great interview. His name, prime time. He getting all the press, man. He getting all the press. Jackson State 11-2 last season, 6-0 right now. One of the hottest football institutions in the country. Shout out to the HBCUs. He said Eddie Robinson was ever... Who's Eddie Robinson? Who is Eddie Robinson? Don't he smell like a winner? Let's talk about a few things, man. Let's talk about the exceptional Deion Sanders in this. It's a great interview, man. It was a great 13 or 14 minutes. It was short. It was one of those 60-minute segments that was short. He said, I love what he's doing with them young men. Deion, my man, he said, Deion is the greatest salesman of all time. He said he about to finesse his way to an all-black NFL team. I wouldn't call it finesse. The salesman part, this interview, this Deion Sanders interview, was a great marketing play. Shout out to Prime Time. And he put it all out there. He let him know. He set his credentials out there. He shared his philosophies. He's been demonstrative this year. It's been a reflection of his philosophies and his coaching prowess has reflected on immediately reflected on the football program. He said the greatest black coach ever. Man, I think so. I like how he give it up. 2 Super Bowls, 1 World Series. His son is the quarterback. I didn't know that. That gives him extra incentive to win because, of course, he wants his son to go to the NFL. Shout out to his son rocking that number 2. I didn't know his son was the QB. Hey, yo, this is major. This is like pressing Pete Maravich down to LSU. Y'all didn't tell me this. Prime said, he said, we can play with the big dogs And all of the specialty positions, the D-backs, the running backs, the quarterbacks, wideouts, we can go with the power five in that aspect. He said we need beef on both sides of the ball, the offensive line and the defensive line. Then he said he could boogie with them. I like that. Yeah, 2 of his sons on the team. Other son is safety. He got them niggas in elite positions. Woo! This is great. He said, I'm from Jackson, Mississippi. Big dog look different down here now. God. Prior to Deion Sanders establishing himself at Jackson State, I guess they had a water problem. It's Mississippi. It's very poor. Very, very poor. Not far from the stadium or whatever. Very, very poor, and of course, it's black people, and they were underserved in that regard. And I noted Deion Sanders' presence, and Deion Sanders drawing publicity to these issues is going to get these people some remedy. And something that he did that I liked was he showed his facility. Hold on, I got to go back. When he got there, it's a historic black college, right? They facilities ain't up to par. Right? They don't have a playing field. They basically practicing on their playing field, so it's all fucked up. They got an irrigation problem. When it rains, it floods the fucking field. So they was having to play, a college was having to play at a high school's stadium. Immediately, Deion stepped to Walmart, the Walmart Corporation, and asked them to build a practice facility. And they built a practice facility, Walmart. Paid for everything. In addition to Walmart, he got Procter & Gamble, Pepsi, and American Airlines. These are all sponsors. This is all support for this university right now. Their football program is worth about $4 million. The big schools like Ohio State, Florida, the SEC schools, their programs is worth probably about $15 or $20 million. This interview drew polarity and comparisons between, of course, the HBCUs and their training facilities and the amenities that they have at the university versus, one of the power schools. They call them like the Power Five or whatever. Shout out to the young man who chose, I forget his name, who chose to go to Jackson State over, I believe, Alabama. They just lost out on a guy, but he's man. He said, Primetime definitely was my favorite NFL player, him and Jerry Weiss. He said, we love him like God down here right now. Prime said, how can a high school in Texas look better than a college? Not only the field, but the whole school. Travis Hunter. Shout out to Travis Hunter. Great decision. And he's setting a great example that I believe a lot of people are going to follow. Y'all like this video as y'all coming in here. He said Travis Hunter was supposed to go to Florida State. Deion's alma mater of all places. So that goes to show his excellence and his. This is a commercial. This is a recruiting ploy. If you watch Gully TV, if your kids watch Gully TV, if you got football players, send them to Jackson State. Send them to Jackson State. We building the machine at Jackson State. Straight up. I 100% support everything that's going on down there. He said he lost the linebacker to Alabama. More recruits incoming. Yeah, they need to know. They need to know. Jackson State is on the rise. You don't lose anything by going to this school. You can get to your final destination. If you want to be an NFL player, if you like that, you can get there from Jackson State too now. The visibility is there right now. Straight up. They said during the interview that Jackson State hasn't, nobody has been drafted to the NFL from Jackson State in about 12 years. This should change very, very, very soon. Word up. They had a water problem. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere, basically, from what it looked like. I mean, I've been to Mississippi one time. It wasn't a lot going on from what I've seen. They got a water problem. Deion Sanders' presence at the university, when he first got there, the water was so bad that he had to take a bath in a swimming pool at a hotel. They got footage of it. The water was that bad, he couldn't put it on his skin. When something like that happens to somebody, a Hall of Famer, basically, it's going to raise some eyebrows and they're going to get some relief. He said Prime kept it so real when they asked him about entertaining a top 5 school. He told them, I'm going to have to. I got to take care of my assistants. Yeah, I liked it, that part. I liked it, that part that he considered them. I'm pretty sure he got some big-time skilled, I'm pretty sure his assistants, they all guns, offensive coordinators and shit like that. He said Deion about to be out, but he laying the groundwork for his fellow black coaches. My man said the NFL will find you wherever you play at. He said salute Gully for putting the light on HBCU. Man, Deion is the top story in media right now. This is all happening in succession. He just had the high-profile incident with him and his coach, Eddie Robinson, who did nobody know about into this incident. Alabama State coach. I gave you some press. After that, immediately after that, I believe within a couple of days or a week, this situation happened with 60 Minutes. Between the 60 Minutes interview, he been on like 3 or 4 other platforms. I've been seeing him surfacing on YouTube, so he's getting busy. Peace. It's all restoring interest and faith in the HBCUs. I'm with that. I'm with what he's doing. Yeah, what he's doing is going to affect all of them. Straight up. I also like when he said, Coach Sabine ain't from where I'm from. Right. Deion is from Florida originally. He about to lay it down to Power 5, and then it's on to the NFL. I hope he stay and get a couple swag championships real quick before he slide. Eddie Robinson Jr. dad is the all. They said that ain't his dad. They said it's a different Eddie Robinson. I need some help. Somebody help me out. I asked y'all, was that the Grambling coach's son? Is that the coach from Grambling's son at Alabama State? No. Somebody said yes. He said they're not related. They not related. No relation. Exactly. This nigga's a hater with a famous name. Oh, shit. He said he don't want no NFL coaching job. I understood his explanation behind that. Deion trying to win. And he said it's hard to tell a millionaire what to do, man. You got to run these sprints. You got to play 100%. And they got attitudes. They talking shit. He like, man, I beat and caught a case. I understand that part. He said, I played for Grambling. I was kind of tight, though. Gotta love Prime. They not related. He said, no. Somebody just said that's his dad. Everybody else said no, man. I gotta go. I believe by now I would have found out whether or not that was his son. I don't think that's his son. If that was the real Eddie Robinson's son, I don't think he'd be acting like that. Acting way too insecure. He said he just won a championship. I give him one more year tops. They 6-0 already. He said he about to recapture his glory. He's never fell off. Y'all keep saying this. That's not Eddie Robinson's son. I don't recall Deion ever having a falling off point when he was not in the spotlight, wasn't popping. Some cats just anointed, man. Shout out to him. I hope his body heals. He had the operation on his leg. That shit looked really, really bad. I'm glad that he got by that. Damn. Bob Heck, one more time, you up out of here. He said Prime swindled the Redskins. He made the final roster and retired before week 1. Took $12 million roster bonus. He said he should stay one more year and up the price. He should stay another year or two. It'll be good. It'll be good. Right now, far as right now, Jackson State apparel was popping, man. Where the varsity jackets at? Where the Letterman jackets at? Where the Jackson State starter jackets at? Jackson State is what's popping right now. That's what we need to be rocking. That's what we need to be rocking, yo. That's what's popping right now. The nigga with a Jackson State hat is popping right now. Straight up. The way the Hoyas was in the 80s. Turn that shit up on Jackson State. That's hot. Walter Payton went there. My man said, I cop too. Deion has never had a drink or smoke. How far mentally he is ahead of us. Yeah, they need to bring on that Jackson State apparel. Bring that shit to the forefront. Let's get it. Good evening, everybody that's here. Y'all like the video as y'all come in. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get the notifications. Saladin was good. What year's the school of his sons? I just found out that his son is the starting quarterback. Don't you know that it's 100% religion in that house right now as far as Deion, his philosophy? Man, could you imagine what his team is like right now? Y'all got to feel this energy. Y'all got to feel this energy. I wonder what they D like. He said it's probably on the NCAA apparel site. He said they got jackets and sweaters online. He said as long as your door there, he's not leaving. What year is he? Is he a sophomore? They've been winning a couple of years in a row now. They was 11-2 last year. I believe one of his sons runs a YouTube channel, focuses on the team. Yeah, they said one of his sons does the media shit. He said they sophomores. Okay. Okay. He said his son, the QB, just signed to Tom Brady. Prime is helping the HBCU schools now with enrollment. They asked Deion, they said, was you recruited by a historic black college or university? He was like, nah. He said, they never recruited me. He said, why not? He said, they didn't think that they could compete. He said, now the HBCUs is recruiting the top players in football. They should be doing the same in basketball too. Because the NCAA tournament the NCAAs ain't, I won't say the tournament ain't, but the NCAA basketball, it ain't what it once was. He said, I believe his son was a 4-star recruit. Only positive thing, YouTube backed them on him. Everything else is about Charleston White, Kanye, and Nori. We not gonna do that to. I can't do that to my channel. I can't niggerize my channel. All of the ghetto shit, I just can't do it. I can't do it. We need to be talking about Deion Sanders right now. Deion Sanders is on 60 Minutes. I also want to talk about the title journalism and when someone says that they're a journalist. I was listening to Noriega and his explanation behind the Kanye West situation. He said, I'm a journalist and da-da-da-da-da. I think a part of being a journalist, I think you have to stand in the fire. I think it's a very rough job. It's often been dangerous. Jamal Khashoggi, journalists been jumped on, man. Cameras broke. It's all one and the same. It's abrasive. The good shit. If you want a good, if 9 times out of 10, if a story is good, if niggas want it, you're gonna have to ask some questions that ain't gonna be asked. In regards to Kanye West. Of course, they had a motive. They brought him up there 3 times. The shit that he say out of his mouth, I don't think you could really fault them all like that, but he shouldn't be disrespecting Diddy if Diddy is the, the owner, or he at the top of Revolt. Diddy is Revolt or whatever. If it was my platform and I was on Revolt and I had a business relationship with Diddy, I would have stopped him with all of the punk motherfuckers and all of that type of shit. So he said you need to stay on this topic. You late to the game. I'm surprised Deion has IG on lock. Man, I'm in tune with what's going on at IG. You see, I posted, I believe a week ago, I posted when his rebuttal to Coach Eddie Robinson when he said that he wasn't swag. He said, get some HBCU jerseys on that wall, Sal. I do got one. Joe Dumars, it's up there. Yeah. He said, Gully, the women alone will keep Deion around any HBCU. Eddie George is coaching Tennessee State, correct. Would you consider covering more HBCU ball in upcoming seasons, given the new energy Prime is bringing? I ain't all the way in tune with the rest of the SWAC conference, but my eyes and ears is open to my eyes and ears is open to Jackson State. 100%. I was a Deion Sanders fan a long time. I've been Deion Sanders fan a long time. He could do no wrong in my eyes. He's always been the shit, man. Just always been the shit, for real. Gully, don't you think Sub-Zero was the best street journalist back in the day? I like the Sub-Zero. I like the real talk. All of them was getting busy. Do you see Draymond in LA with the Lakers this season? No. Tom Brady just signed Deion Sanders' son to a deal. It's big business, man. The Sanders family, they got the dynasty going. They got it, for real. The swag hasn't had this much mainstream coverage since Steve McNair was at Alcorn State. He said, "We don't wear cologne, we wear confidence." I wanted to ask somebody, what kind of deal did he sign with Tom Brady? Coach Prime was upset when they played Grambling. The fans left by halftime and showed zero support. Coach Prime said things like that serves. Teams might not want to see Jackson State come through and bomb their team, blowing them out by halftime and shit like that. Like the rest of these universities they gotta be a little equality. The rest of these universities gotta get their shit together. It just can't be about Jackson State. I mean, we Deion. I'm 100% Deion. We here to support Deion, but if for the whole betterment of the conference, the other teams got to become competitive too. Shout out to Eddie George. That other nigga, I can't. Eddie Robinson, I don't fuck with him, but Eddie George, Tennessee State. Shout out to Tennessee State. He said Brady signed him as an ambassador. NIL deal, name and likeness. He said the SWAC conference is a whole new world now. The city just approved a new stadium and those NIL deals. Tom Brady clothing line, Brady brand has signed Jackson State quarterback Shador Sanders to a name, image, and likeness deal. Athletes are competitive. Hopefully some other former players with some pool come and coach some fellow conference schools. It's looking real good right now. It's looking promising. Again, shout out to Jackson State. Where them Jackson State Letterman jackets at, man? I need that. Where them Jackson State jackets at? Let's have it. He said Marvin Lewis is coaching in the HBCUs. Hugh Jackson is in the HBCUs too. Byron Allen purchased a network where the HBCU games could be aired. I don't know what channel it'd be on. I don't know if it's active right now. That's something somebody pulled my coat too. How do you feel about Nori? Nori got to do what's right for him, I guess, and his family. I know that he don't need no networks. He don't need no support. He don't need no revolt. If he wants to say a bunch of wild shit, it's the internet. What sells on the internet? Why are we talking about it right now? It's the biggest thing right now on the internet. Everybody talking about it. So, and he had that in mind when he said whatever the fuck it was. He said, I don't pay him that much of fucking attention, really. He said Nori got to walk through his own door now. The podcast is hard to watch. The interviewing skills are subpar at best. I enjoy Drink Champs. Answer this for me. He's been up there 3 times. What did y'all expect him to say besides some bullshit and some rants and shit like that? For some reason, people are seriously entertained by, when he go off. I don't get it. I still don't get it. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at @IamGullyTV_. I just released the track list for my album Pillmatic. It's dropping November 1st. It's cracked. Damn, I can't read it to you. I ain't got the phone on me right now. But at @IamGullyTV_. He said drinking all that liquor is getting played out. Wilder tried to catch a body. Unfortunately, if Antonio, I'm not saying Antonio Wilder, if Deontay Wilder not punching Fury to the ground like that, it don't really mean much. It don't. He could punch 15 niggas out of the ring. If he don't get at Fury, and he know that. I believe he know that. He said, you're not supposed to go back and forth with a crazy person. Anyway, let them talk. Y'all think Kanye West got some mental health problems for real? Do y'all think Kanye West has some mental health problems for real? Somebody said hell yeah. Somebody said hell yeah. He says weed green. That is inflated. So what type of mental health problems do y'all think he got? He said dust, bipolar, K2, schizo. So he got all this mental health shit going on, right? Ain't he pretty good at business? He's successful in business. Can he be scrambled and execute business deals at the same time? Is this possible? Clinical insecurity. He said, yes, you can. The mental health problem is all play. Do y'all think this nigga got some mental health problems? I'm going to end this right now. He can let his beard grow. He can dress disheveled. All of that. But as long as he keep washing his ass and putting on deodorant, that nigga got perfectly good sense. Motherfuckers who ain't wrapped too tight, they hygiene and shit be all fucked up. And he could pretend. This I know from being in prison with crazy motherfuckers and shit. Straight up. That nigga ain't crazy. That nigga go to commissary once a month. He buy shampoo, deodorant, toothpaste, and he use that shit. Watch, you gonna see him go to the shower too. You'll see the supposed to be crazy nigga slide into the shower on schedule every morning, like in and out. So until Kanye be around this motherfucker funky, until we hear that he musty, until he roll up funky, we don't believe him. Yeah. He be trying to do that shit. What's the chin? the chin gigante shit. He be trying to do the chin. He be trying to chin us. The dude from the mob, he used to do that, be playing crazy and shit like that. Ask anybody. Them niggas that be they be scrambled. They don't take care of this. They don't take care of their hygiene and shit. He said he probably don't wash. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. He said the mob. Yeah. Kanye the chin. He said he has people. So somebody's washing him up. Somebody washing him up and putting deodorant and shit on him. Yeah, right. This is so corny. I don't even want to talk about this corny shit no more. This shit corny as hell. Richie Campbell. Seemed like I heard that name before. He said he had 2 Europeans with him blowing the L. He addicted to attention. He said, nah, he not going like that, but he's definitely out there. What type of crazy is this nigga? Bust a window. Since he's so crazy, we want to see him start doing vagrant shit, like doing vandalism and shit like the shit that Ben Gordon is going through, getting arrested and shit like that. Everybody, Orlando Anderson, what's his name? Orlando, the guy. Everybody that wigged out in hip hop and entertainment got arrested. Even the white guys. Screech. All of these motherfuckers done been arrested. Whenever these motherfuckers spin out of control, they eventually get in trouble and get arrested. This motherfucker ain't got arrested yet. He's not crazy, man. Every one of these problematic motherfuckers, Gary Coleman, everybody, they got arrested. He ain't got arrested yet. He not crazy, man. This motherfucker no. Carry a pistol into the airport with your crazy ass. He gotta prove to me that he's fucking crazy, man. Y'all buying this stupid shit. This is oh my goodness. This is stupid as hell. He said he made $1 billion. He's not crazy. This is everybody. What's the little dude, man, Orlando? DeAndre Bond, Todd Bridges, everybody that's famous that Hollywood they went to jail at some point, got arrested. Look, they naming it. Todd Bridges. I ain't even say it first. Somebody else said it. Bobby Brown, everybody, they get fucking arrested. He ain't got arrested yet. He said, nah, them niggas crazy for real. He said to be all crazy, he pretty. Charlie Sheen, right. Old dirty bastard, everybody. The list goes on and on. This motherfucker ain't been arrested yet. Cat Williams, everybody. Chico DeBarge, everybody. Rick James, everybody. Until Kanye get arrested, we need mug shots, motherfucker. If you ain't got no mug shots, you're not crazy. Bottom line. He said they crazy too. They broke. It seemed worse. He said Kanye just trying to keep his name alive because the music ain't doing it. After being Gully TV this long and dealing with musicians of all kinds, I have a new respect for those who consistently do it and it's good and it turns out good. if you have a run where you consistently good, you getting fucking busy, man. Jeezy had a run, 50 Cent had a run, Jay-Z, Nori even had a run. It's hard to stay on top of this rap shit. I believe rap expression it's an energy too. And it's an exuberant, youthful energy. And when you young, it explodes out of you. And after you've told your story in song and by way of expression in song, you don't have a lot of criteria left. And I've seen people, fall off and shit like that, man. But for people who can keep dropping and it continues to be good, I got a great respect for you because that shit is hard. I'm telling you, it's hard. He said he just took shots at the small hats. He said Pusha T got a good run. Dirk got rich making the industry think he really crazy. Pee Wee, I appreciate you. You know who Antonio Denard is. Never heard of him. Make sure y'all like the video as y'all coming in. The Deion Sanders interview was dope. If you didn't see it, you could watch it on YouTube. It's 14 minutes long. I watched it live and I played it back. So, why did Kanye purchase the Parler app? I have no idea. What's the Parler app? He said, you got 3 years tops. It's talent and hard work after that. I think I kind of can agree, man. I've seen people step away from it and be gone from music for a long time, and you be wondering why they ain't dropping. They don't got it. They don't got it. They don't got it. They know they don't got it. So why humiliate yourself, especially if you put out some fire? If you can't keep up with that, don't humiliate yourself and jump out there like that. And I believe that's a lot of people's approach to it. They don't want to jump out there and fail. He said, Ye getting finesse, Parler is trash. How come everybody that date the Kardashians always go crazy? Attention is the new currency. It's in the 48 laws of power. Court attention at all costs. It's a power and a value in it if executed correctly. What exactly is the Parler app? Y'all gotta pull my code. You gotta keep the momentum. Once you lose it, it's hard to keep pushing uphill for that next downhill. It's like Twitter. Conservative talk space. Some shit that we don't use, right? Prime has the best recruiting in college football, but it's a tough sell because of the competition. And the current Power 5 schools don't want to take a loss to a black college. They've taken losses. Damn. Shout out to Jackson State, man. I'm pro Jackson State. I believe all of these, everybody that got a platform, Support Jackson State. For real. He said, nah, we don't mess with it. A white wing platform. Didn't sound like nothing that we would be interested in. It's like Twitter. Thank you. Support all HBCUs. I do. But I want to see Jackson State do great things. They didn't have the greatest facilities. They didn't even have a practice facility at first. It was really, really bad down there. It was really, really bad. They got a new locker room. When he got there, it was fucked up. They was being treated like niggas. They wasn't winning, wasn't nobody. They don't got no alma mater or nothing like that. No boosters that's gonna get him no money. They got him now, though. Jazzo, thank you. It's a free speech platform. My daughter's at Tennessee State. It would be cool to see you get some footage from their homecoming. Who is Antonio Denard? Yes, Jackson State is in the media every day, and if I have my way, it's gonna continue that way. Novichok Red, peace to you. I appreciate you. I think Deion may leave to a bigger college like Florida State. Hope we get like 2 more seasons out of it. I'm enjoying the show right now. They was 11-2 last year. They undefeated right now. I think they got an undefeated season coming their way this year. Swag title. Undefeated sound real good. Shout out to the quarterback, man. That's his son. Don't you know that he's willing that program into victory? Every aspect of that program, man, he's touching them. Straight up. He said the city of Jackson just approved a vote to get a state-of-the-art stadium. He was an ex-NFL player. Shot and killed about an hour ago. Where he was from? Damn. Kind of hard to leave something you built. I don't think he'll leave. He could stay there and blow up like Eddie Robinson. He could turn it into the dynasty. He could raise Jackson State to a D1 power. He could stay there. Increase enrollment at the school, everything. He could stay there, for real. He said, yeah, I think he would stick around just for the legacy of it all. He already said he's not going to the NFL. They kept breaking in his office when he first got down there. He got that straight immediately. The government cut some funding for HBCUs a few years back. They may need the attention now to bring in the money they missing out on. He said, this prime time. He need to stay. I hope he stay. The story just beginning. It's a great story. It's a great story. It put a smile on my face whenever I got on. I didn't even know there was going to be no 60 Minutes interview. His media appearance, they back to back to back. He's in the news every day. It's an industry right now. It's an industry. The media is in Jackson, Mississippi. Straight up. We need more NFL legends to coach at HBCUs. He can be the Nick Saban of HBCUs. That's what I'm talking about. It's not going to hit the same at PWI. He got our respect for the moves he's making at Jackson. Exactly. NFL is a different perspective. You're dealing with grown men, not kids. Willie Jackson, thank you. I don't think he leaves for anything but Florida State. He can stay where the fuck he at. Fuck Florida State. He done already took a A1 recruit from them. Fuck Florida State right now. The son will get Heisman votes next few years. Jackson State will be playing D1 schools. He can get the Heisman from a swag school, right? He said he's going on Good Morning America next. He said he been there 2 years. That 60-minute interview gonna send him to the moon. That 60 minutes interview was a Deion Sanders commercial. That was the biggest Deion Sanders mini documentary commercial ever on the highest platform. It told you a little bit about him. It told you about the surgeries that he's conquered. Told you that he hobbled back to practice. Told you that they didn't have a practice facility. Told you that he got all of these sponsors. It's in a poor region of the country. Their water is fucked up down there. Man, if there's ever been someone in a Giants position, it's him. He could run for fucking president. He could. Deion Sanders could run for president. He said Neon good for making power moves. He is. He said, yeah, Steve McNair was a finalist. Okay. He could stay at Jackson State. They undefeated. Keep it coming. He said Amazon got a documentary coming soon. This dude's potential, man, it just continues. It just multiplies exponentially. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Some niggas just be born with it. For real. Charleston White is body and hip-hop and gangbanging with a cell phone camera. Primetime been the man since he put a Florida State jersey on. He used to play basketball. I seen him a video of him in high school and shit. He used to be dunking, and he was a dunker. He not leaving for the NFL. He said he not going to the NFL. He ain't got the composure for it. But he said if that paper right, he will entertain it for a top 5 D1 school. But he not trying to coach cats that's making millions with no respect for the game. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. I seen Deion win on every level coaching, but now NFL, Pee Wee, high school, now college. He is a hell of a coach. I seen him have little kids like they professionals. I just mentioned that. He said in every aspect of the specialty positions, that means D-back, safety, wide out, quarterback, running back, all of the, all of them positions. He said we can get busy with them. Speed-wise and talent-wise, we can go toe-to-toe with the D1, the top D1 schools. We need beef on both sides of the ball to compete. Depth. Big-ass linemen on the offense and the defensive line. And not just that, big-ass linemen on the bench. Corrupt politics and that thief Brett Favre are also in Mississippi. I remember Spike Lee used to hate on him hard. He got hater repellent on him right now. He's doing everything right. Doing everything right. Sponsors include Procter & Gamble, Pepsi, American Airlines. Played in 2 Super Bowls, 1 World Series. His son is the quarterback. Jackson, Mississippi, Walter Payton's alma mater. This is a great story. This is going to end up in Hollywood. I see a movie coming. I do. He going to leave because he going to want to win big time. He want his coaches to get paid. If he leave, he going to take the coaching staff with him, of course. He said Jackson State looking damn good right now. Philly sports is back on top. The Phillies playing in the National League Championships. The Eagles are 6-0. The Sixers start tonight, but the Sixers been good the last couple years. Philly sports is back. Shout out to the 215. We ain't gonna hear the last of this shit. Oh my God. We ain't gonna hear the last of this shit. If the Sixers is good this year, oh my God, we ain't gonna hear the last of it. I have no idea, man. It's nothing like Philly fans. Straight up. Straight up. Especially the Eagle fans. Every Philadelphia citizen like the Eagles. They might not like the it might be people from Philly that like the Bulls, like the Lakers, like the Sixers. They like them goddamn Eagles. We're not gonna hear the last of this shit. Shout out to the Eagles though. They looking good. He said all HBCU sports facilities are subpar. There's gonna be some changes in Jackson, and it's gonna contribute to greater recruiting. Great Jeremy Hill, great example. Boise State and Appalachian State used to be the same way. Now they're competing with the big boys. I used to watch Boise State on TV when I was locked up in the late 90s, early 2000s. With the Smurf turf. They used to come on TV real late in the morning, like 2 in the morning, 1, 2 in the morning. If you're on the East Coast, you would catch them 1 or 2 in the morning. And they had the blue turf, and I used to tell my man, like, yo, this little school, man, they bugging out, man. They got this crazy offense. They be doing all kind of shit. And Boise State got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then they start being on TV during the daytime, and next thing you know, national championship. Boise State is a great story. If Jackson State can fall in the line of the whole Boise State situation, incredible. Butler, another small school that blew up. He said Gonzaga used to be a small school. They on the map for basketball. Boise State used to score like 80 points. He said Boise State beat Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl, one of the greatest Fiesta Bowls. They beat them basically as time was running out on the clock. Prime changed the way HBCU schools are looked at by the whole public and recruits, because once they seen 5-star guys go there and be successful, it makes the rest believe they can do it too. Bo Jackson went to Auburn, pimp. He said both of his sons balling. Statue of Liberty play, yeah. Boise State, legendary national championship game. He said the Tar Heels is #1 in the nation. He said the Eagles, the Cary, PA people forget Pittsburgh is in the same state. That's not true. The Steelers got more championships than the Eagles. And if you came to Pennsylvania, you know that it's way more Steeler fans than Eagles fans in the state of Pennsylvania, for real. Like the Steeler fans that serious. They just beat Tampa Bay. You can't tell them shit. Can't tell them shit right now. You know Kanye West was spitting the same knowledge as Minister Louis Farrakhan. Where you get that from? We got to do better, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get the notifications. Follow me on IG at @IamGullyTV_. And on Twitter at Gully TV 1. I'm about to get out of here. The website, PA-NIT. www.therealdribble.com. You already know what to do. PA-NIT, get right. I got new styles up there daily. Fuck with your boy. Peace.